Chattopadhyay. I teach fine arts in the Department of Ancient Indian History and Culture, University of Calcutta. During this lockdown period, I have not only engaged myself in conducting online classes, but also writing articles, doing household work, watching a few classic films, listening to songs, and spending more time with my daughter and family. These are things which I do not get much time to do in normal times. A few days back, I told my daughter that this year, instead of celebrating Durga Puja the way we do every year, we could do something different. To avoid mass gatherings and maintain social distancing during this year, this very important Bengali festival, we could think of other ways of celebrating it. It is important to remember that the lockdown will end today or tomorrow, but the virus will remain for some time, perhaps till some vaccines comes out. Instead of going hopping from one pandal to another on the days of the Durga Puja or from a few days before the beginning of the puja, as the young, the middle-aged and even old people do every year, we can enjoy the Durga Puja days by staying at home and doing something different for a change. We can explore the images of Mahishasuramardini Durga fashioned by artists of both the past and the recent past. This could actually be a very rewarding and pleasant experience for all of us. So when the Indian Museum of Kolkata requested me to talk about some aspect of our cultural heritage that could be of interest to all of us, I decided to talk about some of the iconographic traits of Mahishasuramardini Durga that Bengal shares with or has borrowed from the south of India. Among the various community pujas, this is performed in Bengal. Durga Puja is undoubtedly the most colorful and the most popular. The idea behind the worship of Devi Durga is the victory of the self over animal passions. In association with Lakshmi, who symbolizes auspiciousness or good fortune, Saraswati symbolizing knowledge, Kartikeya symbolizing valor, and Ganesha symbolizing success, Goddess Durga achieves victory over Mahishasura, the demon, who symbolizes lust, anger, pride, jealousy, greed, and delusion. Goddess Durga is known by many names. Some of her other names are Uma, Parvati, Chandi, Kumari, Kali, Mahakali, Vindhyavasini, Kalyani, Kattayani, Kantarabashini, Vijaya, and so on. The aggressive and militant character of the goddess has given her the appellation Mahishamardini or Mahishasuramardini. According to Shilparatna, a 16th century South Indian text written in Sanskrit, Mahishasuramardini Durga should be represented as three-eyed with a jata mukuto and a crescent moon as hair coiffure. She must be shown as standing in Otibhanga posture with 10 arms, and her complexion must be like an atashi flower, that is blue in color. She must be shown as holding a trident, a sword, a spear, a discus, and a stringed bow in her hands from the upper right to the lower right respectively, and a loop, a goad, a shield, a belt, and axe in the hands from the upper to the lower left respectively. This is the standard image of Durga that we see in Bengal. Puranas like Vamana Purana, Baraha Purana, Padma Purana, and Agni Purana offer detailed descriptions of the battle between Mahishasura and Devi Durga. The Devi Mahatma section of the Markandeya Purana offers the most vivid description of the combat. Ancient artists and sculptors of the Indian subcontinent have fashioned images of Mahishasuramardini Durga in various mediums like stone, metal, wood, terracotta, ivory, and so on. If we start our journey from the ancient past, we can trace the growth and development of the iconoclastic art of Mahishasuramardini Durga. From the 4th century Christian era onwards, the buffalo slaying images of Devi Durga became very common in Indian art. The Mahishasuramardini legend, in fact, is pan-Indian. The earliest surviving representation of the goddess as a slayer of the buffalo demon in the south of India can be found in the Tamil epic Shilappadikaram of the early 5th century, where not only the goddess but the cult of worship that developed around her is also mentioned. Later, the Chalukyas and the Pallavas of 6th-7th centuries continued with the practice of making and worshipping this image in stone in various regions of Karnataka and Tamil Nadu, indicating the wide popularity of Mahishasuramardini theme. At the Mahishasuramardini Mandapa of Mahabalipuram, Goddess Durga is shown in combat with the buffalo demon and his army. This 7th century Mahishasuram Sainyavadh scene seems to have influenced the imagery of a relief work depicted on the wall of the Mallikarjun temple of Pattadakal in Karnataka in the next century. This Mahishasura Sainyavadh scene can also be seen in a relief sculpture of Kailash temple at Ellora in Maharashtra. This interesting feature of the Mahishasuramardini image depicted in the art of Western India was not restricted to this area only, it was also borrowed by the other regions. Inspired by this feature, many contemporary clay modelers in Bengal show the goddess in combat with an army of Asuras. Mention may also be made of a slender and elegant 8th century sculpture of Mahishasuramardini, the Durga temple at Aihole in Karnataka. The goddess stands with her left foot upon Mahisha's back, plunging the Trishula into its neck. It seems that during the 6th-7th centuries, the pan-Indian form of Mahishasuramardini was zoomorphic. Later, it evolved into the therio-anthropomorphic form, that is, buffalo-headed human representation of Mahishasura, and then the purely anthropomorphic form, that is, complete human representation of Mahishasura. The metamorphosis from the zoomorphic to anthropomorphic form took place over a long period of time. The therio-anthropomorphic form is seen manifest in the Ardha Nishkranta form, that is, a half-immersed human form from the decapitated body of the buffalo of Mahishasura. This therio-anthropomorphic form is widely seen in the images of Eastern India in the early medieval period. In images of Mahishasuramardini Durga in Bengal of this period, the demon is seen in Ardha Nishkranta mode. One exquisite specimen of this form is housed in the Indian Museum of Kolkata. Later, however, Mahishasura evolved into a completely anthropomorphic form, and it is this form that we commonly see in Bengal now. Another feature that is noticeable in Bengal Mahishasuramardini images of the early medieval period is the depiction of two quivers of arrows behind her right shoulder. Markandeya Purana mentions that the goddess was given two quivers full of arrows. There are quite a few such images in Bengal of the early medieval period where the goddess is depicted with two quivers. Interestingly, both in the exterior and the interior walls of the Papanatha temple at Pattadakal in Karnataka, there are images of Mahishasuramardini with two quivers. The depiction shows the goddess drawing an arrow from one of the quivers at her back. This common feature in Bengal and Karnataka images indicates that sculptors of both the places were following the description given in Markandeya Purana. There could be other reasons as well behind the presence of this feature in the Mahishasuramardini images of both the regions. Only further research can shed more light on this. Thank you.